I want to ask you a question. What would you do, or what will you do, when an emergency crisis, one which is coming, hits? Whether it's a major disaster from nature, whether it's military or governmental, whether it's due to an increase in crime in your area, what would be your response? The Bible says take a lesson from the ant. I'm standing outside just above a fire ant mound, and I'm going to do a little experiment. Now, as you can see, there's a big pile of what I just assume is just be dirt, but most of us know that this is a fire ant mound. Underneath this mound is hundreds of thousands of ants. So what do they do when a disaster hits? Well, let's just find out. As you can see, they're all starting to bail out. They're going in different directions, but as you can notice, none of them are confused, none of them are misplaced. They're all moving with a purpose. And as you can see, there's a queen. Their job is to protect that queen. As you can see, some are going up the wall, some are going out. They're not running into each other. They all have a purpose. They're looking for that threat. They're looking to defeat that threat. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place some food, which is just some chips, on the ground. And what was once perceived to be a threat is now going to turn into a reward. These ants will find this food. They'll tell each other about this food. They'll take that food back to the mound to feed the other ants. But again, my question is, what would you do? Now, as you can see, there are those who are climbing all over the bread. They didn't really go for the chips, but they're climbing all over the bread. They're going to break that bread down, and they're even going to break the chips down. It may take a little longer with the chips, but they're definitely going to break that bread down. The ones that are on the wall are now returning back to the lair. There are others who are still fanning out, looking for the threat. They'll go as far as they have to go. And once they realize that there is no threat, they'll return back to the original location and they'll seal it back up. The ant that we saw earlier, the winged ant, there it is right there. Okay. They're going to protect that ant. I don't know that that's the queen. Usually the queen is usually further down in the layer than that, so I'm not sure that that's the queen. I don't know what particular ant that is, but I know that it's different from the rest, from the worker ants or from the soldier ants. So the experiment was simple. What would you do in an emergency? We see what the ants do. They all have their purpose. They all have their direction to go in, and they do it without confusion. They do it without running into each other or having to stop and ask what they want should they do. They're not running in circles. They're all going in different directions. They're all serving a purpose. They're going to find that threat and, if possible, eliminate it. If not, they're going to return back to their home, protect their home.